find your lack of faith disturbing.
Gotcha!
SmashMouth Footballerz.
Wait, we got a dream, next to the team, yeah, we can handle it. Wait, soon as I go and I step in arenas, they call
Introducing.
They know what it is, know what I do.
Nick Tate.
Who don't understand? Yeah, that's overdue. My trophy say that's overdue. My ring.
Joe Caldero.
Yeah, they know it's true. They couldn't walk a mile or even fit
Chad
into
Young.
my shoes. Still I got a lot to prove, but for all that we've been through, this overdue. This the anthem.
Hey, welcome to SmashMouth Footballerz. I'm Nick Tate.
Joe Caldero.
I'm Chad.
Hey guys, look, we love all the support you guys are giving out to us. Our fan base is just growing every single day, and we can't help but want to give you guys something back. So we have 3 current giveaways going on. If you check out our commercial we have on our page, we break it down exactly how you can win a jersey. You can win some of these merchandise items that we have. We're giving all this away, guys. So reach out to us at smashmouth1footballerz.com, and then just let us know that, hey, you love being a fan. Maybe you want to send us a picture. Maybe you want to send us a short clip of your video. And we're going to start putting you guys out here on our podcast. Okay, and let everybody know that you watch us.
Yep.
And we hope we've been helping you out with your fantasy league this year.
It's been a crazy year.
It's been a really crazy year, guys. So today's episode, we're going to go week 10, and we're going to go review the games and
quick review.
What we think about everything.
So we already talked about the Bengals and Ravens game on Thursday.
That was a game.
That was the best.
That was the best game all week.
All week. Yeah.
All weekend. Yep.
Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase are gelling. Lamar Jackson still looks like the MVP.
Yeah.
So
I hate saying that.
My boy's good.
He's good, man. I can't take it from him.
He's gotten so much better.
He's the best player in the NFL. He's been that way 3 years.
So, we already talked about that one in another podcast. So let's go Patriots Bears. So I watched all the sacks.
Caleb Williams is...
Only 2 of those sacks were his fault. The offensive line collapsed within less than 2 seconds on 3 of them. Okay? None of the receivers ran their correct routes. Their backs were to Caleb Williams. They were running. Whoever was calling the play, they're running long plays when they should be running intermediate plays.
Because the line can't hold the
line can't hold them for a long play.
So you got to go short play.
Yeah. So
until they back off.
He's back there panicking, looking, and there's nobody. All he sees is backs.
Well, not an hour ago, the offensive coordinator Shane Waldron got fired.
Waldron should have been fired.
And we discussed it a little bit, but Shane Waldron come from Seattle. I mean, you had the same. You had DK. You had 2 wide receivers. You couldn't get them the ball. Now you got 3. You can't get them the ball. You couldn't design a great offense around it. And I don't know why Chicago said, "Hey, we're going to go to Shane Waldron," whenever he did much in Seattle.
No, maybe you can go to a small college or something.
Yeah, but this game. Look, I have Red Zone. I'm watching all the games at one time. This game, I didn't pay any attention to. I had just a little bit of interest in it because the NFC North was the only conference with all winning records or 500 teams, and it's competitive. It just wasn't entertaining.
They're kind of like the Saints and some other teams. They have to work on their offensive line, or Caleb Williams is not going to turn into anything.
Yeah, I agree. But even scheme-wise, you see other rookie quarterbacks. Drake May, who didn't look particularly great, but he's mobile. He tries. And Bo Nix was doing good things. Like, for a rookie quarterback to be in that huge West Coast offense and to run that verbiage and everything, he's grown exponentially. And regardless offensive line, no offensive line, I just have not seen it out of Caleb. I saw it 2-3 games. I said, okay, we may have something here.
I don't think you're going to see it until they get a new head coach, and about a year after that, maybe.
Yeah. So
he's 2 years behind now because they're going to get a new coach next year. He's going to learn a whole new system, whole new scheme. So
you know what I took out of that? New England has a brighter future than Chicago.
Yeah, Drake May. This is his off game.
Yeah,
184 yards, a touchdown, and an interception.
He did that pick. That was an ugly pick.
Yeah, 4 rushes for 24 yards. That's the least he's had.
But that's what he does. I like that. I like that he's able to scramble and get out of the pocket.
Yeah. And I like him. I think the guy's got a bright future.
Yeah, me too. Because he has no weapons. You know.
Let's go Broncos Chiefs.
Man.
Let me.
Chiefs win.
This game was so entertaining.
Yeah.
I can't. I know they're undefeated. But at a certain point, and they say you always say good teams find a way to win.
Yeah.
But Mahomes he's struggling. Their defense. Kansas City
Kelsey
defense.
got you some good fantasy points this week.
He's going to do it every week because they got to lean on him.
Yeah, they got to lean on him.
They got to lean on him, and
I'm tired of seeing the Kansas City Chiefs offensive line up offsides like almost every play, and they don't ever throw a flag. But that loss for Denver was during that field goal. Denver, those guys lined up with their feet. They might as well been their feet should have been together because they fell back. They lost that game. That line.
Yeah, the special teams lost that game, and Sean Payton. I know it's heartbreaking for him. I'm a Saints fan, so I always kind of rooting this for Sean Payton. And Kansas City's defense is why they're legitimately undefeated right now because it is. That offense is not clicking. There's something missing. And I know that Pacheco and I know Rashee Rice, I know they got some injuries and they're leaning on older people now, but it just looks off. You win against Denver, and that's what Denver does. They stifle people.
Bo Nix, 215 yards and 2 touchdowns against a good defense.
Against a great defense, yeah.
And he had negative yards rushing, but good defense.
He's coming into his own.
This guy Audric Estime, 14 carries, 53 yards. I think he is the guy.
So we said that last week. We said, get on the waiver wire, go get him. Sean Payton said it. Audric Estime in relief had 80-some yards rushing. They said, Sean Payton, well, do you think Audric Estime deserves some more carries? And Sean Payton said he will get more carries.
Yep.
And we told you that last week. Maybe you went and got him. Maybe you listened to him. This week, you're probably too late.
If you have a guy named CeeDee Lamb, you can go pick up Cortland Sutton, and I think you'll be happy with that.
Yeah,
last week we told you about Cortland Sutton. We said you can count on him for a touchdown.
6 receptions, 70 yards, and 1 touchdown.
Yep.
Can't get mad at him.
Nope.
No. So Mahomes, 266 yards and a touchdown. He just doesn't look like himself.
It doesn't look good.
I mean, that's a 55% completion rate.
A comparison of their statistics. Denver won this game.
Denver barely trailed us over the last minute.
Yeah, so I thought that the Buccaneers game was their biggest test they could have lost. They should have lost this game.
They should have lost it. Bo Nix drove them all the way down the field for the field goal. Get it over their head.
Get it over them.
Get it over their head.
He's been in the league for 27 years.
Look, you know the difference? This was an AFC West game, right? You are going against the number 1 team in the AFC West that are undefeated. You were going in that game 5-4. You win that game, you were 6-4.
Right.
You are 6-4 in the AFC with a rookie quarterback.
I like it.
If you were Denver, you won that game. You got to be doing cartwheels. Now they got a chance to go back 7-5. I think they're gonna get back to where they need to be. That defense is strong. But this was a statement game for Denver. They showed moxie. The Steelers showed who they are. They were down 27-21 for a while, and then Russell Wilson drove them back, and they won. And
195, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Once again, we told you last week, Jaylen Warren, go get him. In the fourth quarter, who'd they start depending on? It wasn't Najee.
Jaylen Warren. Yep.
Jaylen Warren.
And Mike Williams, one pass, 32 yards, touchdown. Doesn't know the playbook. He was there for 2 or 3 days.
George Pickens has become a dog, y'all. I picked George Pickens as a top 5 wide receiver this week, and I'm gonna stand by that. He's just they throw it up and he goes, and he didn't go down. Yeah. Remember week 3, week 4, I think it was week 3 when Mike Tomlin pulled him and he said it's not about quantity, it's about quality snaps. And he pulled George Pickens. George Pickens would not go down in this game. He caught the ball over the middle. He fought for every yard.
On the Commander's side, Jaden Daniels had 202 yards and nothing else.
Man, I played him in 2 leagues and I was disappointed.
They stifled him.
Eckler had 2 touchdowns on 44 yards.
Yep.
McLaurin had 113 yards.
Yep.
On 5
No
passes.
scores, yeah.
That boy's having a good year.
Yeah. That's all Pittsburgh's defense, man.
Yep.
And they just got that. I mean, they shored it up. They shored up the defense right before the trade deadline. they're going to get better.
Terry McLaurin's probably having one of the best years he's had in a long time.
Yeah, he has a
Saints.
quarterback.
Saints Falcons. Saints win, which I wish they wouldn't. Let's lose out, guys. We need a top 2 pick.
I know, but I do like the excitement.
I wonder if they were trying to make a statement about Dennis Allen.
Maybe.
The energy changed. Cameron Jordan had his first sack since week 9 last year, and that was coming off a game where he only played 10 snaps.
Well, Carl
last
Branderson
week.
almost took out Reese?
Peyton Turner.
Oh, man, he almost took him out.
Valdez Scantlin, 2 touchdowns, 109 yards.
3 receptions.
Can you imagine that?
You can't depend on that. I don't
So
think
evidently,
that was pretty good.
Reese has a pointer or something in his shoulder, and when Peyton Turner hit him in the back like that, it made his whole body collapse.
Yeah. Rizzy, he got twisted up. They thought they were fighting, but old Rizzy had a stinger.
He had to hold on to him.
Yeah.
The Falcons.
Matt Ryan took some hits in this game.
Kirk Cousins?
Yeah.
Excuse me. That's exactly what.
You know how long it's been since Matt Ryan's played for the Falcons?
He was in the booth getting hit. Yeah, I apologize. Kirk Cousins got hit.
306 yards.
Yeah, he's a big ball.
He slung that.
Yeah, he did. Drake London was going to have a game. I thought that was. We predicted that. Mm-hmm. We predicted that. What was supposed to happen? But the hits Kirk Cousins took. In fact, look, the play that sealed it was that strip fumble.
Yeah.
That brought the ball back all the way to the 30.
Bijan, 116 yards, 2 touchdowns. Algier should have had one of those, but he couldn't get it in.
He couldn't get it 3 times. Mm-hmm. 3 tries, and he couldn't get it in.
And then they put Bijan in there, and he
just jumped over. Yeah.
I got this coach put me in.
Yep. Going forward.
Yeah, going forward, Darnell Mooney, he had 5 receptions, 96 yards.
Yep.
So there's receivers out there who ain't doing nothing. CeeDee Lamb being one of them.
Darnell Mooney's doing good. I mean, this is
I would play Darnell Mooney over any Green Bay receiver.
This is
right
a low
now.
week for Darnell Mooney. Last week he was balling out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It just you saw what happened. You're gonna play Kamara from now until he retires every week, and if he catches that ball, he's probably the number 1 fantasy wide receiver running back this week.
Well, but he's listed like 3rd, averaging the 3rd running back every week.
Yeah.
How many people do you think are going to go run out and pick up Marquez Valdez-Scantling?
A whole bunch of
I'm
people.
going right now.
I'm not.
I'm not either.
I'm logging in.
I'm not. I mean, I'm glad he did it. I mean, but
they need somebody to throw to.
If you looked at the game script, it was that Kyle, whatever Allen or whatever his name was, Kyle, whatever, he got most of the 3rd down looks and all that from Carr. Carr's throwing him the ball. Don't go get anybody. There we go.
You're talking about Kevin Austin?
Kevin Austin, excuse me. Kevin, I don't even know who the guy is. I don't know who any of these people are.
It's just a bunch
It's
of
a
people.
mash unit.
They've just put it together.
It's a mash unit. You can go get. I don't go get any of these guys. As a matter of fact, I put more faith in Taysom Hill at tight end this week in Cleveland because it was a 2nd down and 7 game was on the line. If he breaks that tackle from the middle linebacker, it's a 55-yard
Taysom
score.
Hill touched the ball 6 times.
Yep,
That's not going to help us at all.
No, but one of them was almost a 55-yard touchdown. I mean, he had to break one tackle, and he just didn't go through it. And
imagine being Taysom Hill,
getting paid millions of dollars.
Paid millions of dollars. You play 6 snaps a game.
Yeah, but
Cardinals Jets. Cardinals showed up and showed out.
Kyler Murray was slinging the rock.
I'm scared to play him.
James Conner ran all over the place.
Ain't that crazy?
The Jets give up.
Conner got 5 receptions and 80 yards on top of his running game.
Can we just? The Jets have given up. Like I saw Woody
Johnson.
Yeah, in the booth like with his khakis and his tennis shoes, and I'm like, dude, here.
I mean,
how did you assembled this team? This team was supposed to be on paper. This is a top 5 team.
You can't get
when
mad.
your leader gives up. I mean, they have no choice but to man.
Honestly, you can't really get mad at the guy for picking the team because when you look, like you said, on paper, you're like, this has got to be the best team in the NFL.
Yeah, except for one guy,
Aaron Rodgers.
Man.
Man.
Now, I said last week, go pick up Aaron Rodgers for them bye weeks. I still stand by that. I mean, he's going to have to rebound. They still have an easy schedule going forward.
Yeah,
This was supposed to be easy.
Right.
and when you
Kyler Murray made it difficult.
Man, let
When
me
you-
tell you, 22 completed passes out of 24.
it was a record.
That's
it was a
pretty badass.
He ran two in for a touchdown,
It was a Cardinals record, the efficiency.
and he
Yeah.
threw one touchdown to Mr. James Conner.
266 yards throwing.
So yeah, that was a good game.
22 out of 24.
Hey, don't sleep now. Cardinals got a winning record.
Yeah, man.
What?
They got a winning record.
Lions Texans.
This was a great game.
Lions win.
This was a good game to see late at night.
Yeah, it's a great
CJ
game.
just doesn't have time to throw the ball, man. He doesn't have time.
Yeah, they'll fix that.
My boy
next
Joe
going
Mixon,
forward.
he's out there. He looks great.
Yep.
The Lions, man, if you just want to watch them play
Jared Goff threw 5 interceptions.
and still won.
I mean, that's 5 interceptions, though. Just think if you played him.
He was exactly 50-50, 15 and 30, 240 yards, 2 touchdowns, and then he lost you 10 points for all those interceptions.
That's why I don't ever play. I don't play middle of the road quarterbacks that will not run the ball in fantasy. That's why I don't have. That's why I most of the time stay away from Matthew Stafford. I just can't right now. But they won. They find a way to win. That's Dan Campbell. They say a team takes on the identity of the coach, and that's Dan Campbell right there. Like,
Man, they are getting it.
yeah,
I still stick to what we all said. Play both of these running backs no matter what.
yeah, you have to. I don't. What the likes of
Jameer Gibbs, 19 carries, 71 yards. David Montgomery, just ridiculous, man.
12 carries, 32 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah.
It's just they're getting the fantasy points.
hey, these are RB2 flex numbers, right? And on a pinch, any one of these can give you RB1 weeks.
Yeah.
Going forward, you got to play them both.
Yeah, CJ he had an off game, man, but I still believe in him. I mean, maybe I don't play him until Nico comes back, until they do something with his offensive line. But 232 and 1 with 2 interceptions isn't bad.
They did get Dalton Schultz involved this game. I was glad to
Joe
see
Mixon
that.
had 46 yards and a touchdown. They ran him 25 times.
Yeah, that touchdown saved him. Detroit significantly gotten better on defense as the season's gone forward.
Yes.
And I think a lot has to do with the draft picks that he used on corner in the secondary. I was watching this game and I was thinking, it has nothing to do with fantasy-wise, but just as a fan of the game, if Aiden Hutchinson did not get hurt, how good this team could be.
So, Mechie.
Yeah, who thought? John Mechie beat cancer.
Yep.
Beat cancer, and he's showing up in the slot and playing great. And
Yeah.
it was a draft pick. That was
So I would look at him before I looked at Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
yes.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Because he's going to take on somebody's job.
Yeah.
You know, he's going to take on Diggs' job.
Yeah, Stephon Diggs is out. They gotta use him.
And Tank Dell's not doing it.
Nah.
So,
He's just too small.
Yeah, Tank Dell. What
So-
they had last year, they don't have this year. So that
Yep.
chemistry's gone.
so Mechie to me is a viable look. See what he does this week.
Yeah, and we already talked about the Sun God. He's my number 2 consensus wide receiver
Right.
My
this
number
week.
1 this week.
Yeah.
Oh man. Next game.
Come on.
If I can find it.
We're talking about Giants, Panthers.
Well, Panthers won another win.
I know, right?
They got the
That's,
same record as the Saints.
Yeah. Giants, Panthers. Panthers
Man,
win.
I mean,
2 in a row.
Chuba Hubbard, 28 carries, 153 yards, and a touchdown.
New.
I got kind of scared.
He looked like a superstar.
Can I
It was one of his
please-
best weeks.
Can I please talk about
No.
my poor
Yeah, of course.
my poor Malik Neighbors?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
man.
I don't
Yeah.
know what to do. I mean, Daniel Jones can't. He's not even trying to get him the ball. I don't.
Wandale Robinson and more reception and better stats and everything. But it's not him. I mean, look, I'm going against the Giants. Who am I shutting down? Malik Neighbors.
Yeah.
Like, that's my game. What's my game plan? Well, who am I going to shut down? Am I going to shut down Wandale Robinson?
When is Dable going to say maybe I need to play Drew Lock?
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. And I think Dable keeps his job because they show fight. They are fighting. They're just deficient. And on the defensive side, they were supposed to have this great pass rush, and they don't have much behind them.
No.
But they have Kayvon Thibodeau, and they were supposed to have They do have him. He just came over from Carolina. Brian Burns.
Yeah, and he created a turnover.
Yeah,
Sure did.
But Kayvon Thibodeau's been injured, and that what you were kind of leaning on that. You were leaning on this pass rush because you got the cupboard's bare, right? They're rebuilding. When they hired Dayball, they were rebuilding.
Yep, Daniel Jones is the final piece.
Yeah.
Get rid of him.
Yeah, and now you got some talent. You're finding out you may have something at running back here. You're finding out
Tyrone Tracy.
Yep, you may have a decent amount of wide receivers.
Yep.
All right, we got to get something better at the quarterback. We got to shore up this line a little bit better. Look, the Roten and them are good, but they're older. And when you get that defensive better, I mean, you can't. You at 158 yards and rushing happen to you, you're going to lose the game, right?
Now, how is Carolina going to put Jonathan Brooks in here when Chuba is doing Chuba things like he did in this game?
Man, you can't. Not with 28 carries, 153 yards.
And a touchdown. I mean, the dude, every time you saw him, he was going forward. He did not go backwards.
Jonathan Brooks is the better back.
He is the better back. But
That's how.
But you can save him.
Do you think they don't play him all year? I think they got to see what they have.
I think they hold off until Hubbard
toward the
slows
end.
down.
There was a scary. Remember, Hubbard went out for a series because he twisted his ankle or something, but he don't want to lose that job.
No,
and you know he's coming back in.
Yep.
He knows the rookie's back there. He knows the rookie wants his job.
He's showing out so he can get somewhere else.
Yeah. Carolina, congratulations. 3 wins.
Yeah.
That's more than I thought you were going to have.
Sneakily good.
Getting in there next.
Broncos 49ers?
No, it was
You got Bills, Colts?
yeah, the quarterback play in this game was atrocious. The end. I couldn't Josh Allen throwing picks, Joe Flacco throwing picks.
280 yards for Josh Allen, 2 interceptions.
Oh, my
on 22
word.
and 37.
And they were ugly.
0 touchdowns.
This was one of the games that
No touchdowns.
quarterback play was not great.
James Cook saved them.
Yep.
James Cook saved them. James Cook is legitimately a baller. I know we said something about Ray Davis. Ray Davis is playing really great. If they were to move on to James Cook, somebody would go take him, and they would give up a second round, third round pick for him because he is dynamic.
Yeah.
He is dynamic.
Yeah.
And, it's hard for me to leave him out of my top 5 running back consensus week in, week out. But Josh Allen runs the ball so much, I can't put him in there.
Well,
but
he's throwing like that. You might as well run anyway.
yeah, he needed it. That was bad picks. And
Their defense forced like 4 turnovers.
I will say 2 of those passes Flacco threw were off wide receivers' hands.
Yeah.
Alec Pierce, up in the air. It's both 2 of them were off. Catch the ball. You get paid to catch the ball, right?
That's it.
Yep.
We already talked about Josh Downs being the guy.
Yep.
over there.
Yep.
7 receptions.
He dropped the ball. He was one of them though.
Yeah.
In his hands.
Alec Pierce he looks for him in the end zone.
He was wide open. Alec Pierce ran this way. Wide open. Ball off hands. Was it overthrown a little bit? Yeah. If it hit you in your hand, you're supposed to catch the ball as a wide receiver in the NFL? Of course. Ball up in the air, interception. It's just an ugly game. Jonathan Taylor and Cook.
Yards.
Thank y'all for making it somewhat entertainment.
interesting.
Yeah.
All right. What's the next one?
We didn't do the 49ers Buccaneers.
No, that was a good game.
So let's do that one. 49ers 23, Buccaneers 20.
It should have never been that close.
Yep.
Because look, I'm gonna tell you,
They like Bucky Irvin and the Bucs side.
Baker Mayfield should have. I don't know how he didn't leave hurt. I don't know how Bosa was just. He was getting hit.
Oh, yeah.
He was running for his life. That one of the best plays. Got to be a top 5 play this year when he scrambled out of the pocket, went to the right, was about to get destroyed. Found, I believe, the Sterling Shepard right there. It was only like a 13-yard reception.
But
how he did that was magic. And he kept them, it single-handedly seemed like at times it was Baker running for his life, making something happen. Because he had Niners in his face all game.
I bet he can't wait for Mike Evans to come back.
That game wasn't near as close as the score that's on.
Yeah, well,
because the Buccaneers did nothing. Baker Mayfield, 116 yards, 1 touchdown.
And every one of those yards, he
earned it.
worked for it. I mean, that was legit.
Receiving wise,
They don't have nothing.
Nothing.
Not even
39 yards was the most receiving yards.
Yep.
I didn't really do much
Nope.
this game either.
No.
But Niners just shut him down. It was,
49ers.
But you made the call. Brock Purdy, 353 yards and 2 touchdowns.
but he didn't. It all came in the second half. In the first half, it was stagnant.
McCaffrey didn't look like McCaffrey. It
He's
might
a
take him a
warm-up.
minute.
He did good in the passing game. A little bit. He was a little bit. It was. You could see him getting open in the passing game. Was one he should have taken to the house. It was a shoestring tackle on the right side of the the sidelines. It was a wheel route. Great route. Great pass. It just. Going forward, like you got to think like I see it now. Baker can't do this by himself. Finally, he doesn't have the help.
Yep.
They're gonna have to if they want to win any more games. I'm saying this right now. If the Buccaneers want to win any more games going forward, they have got to start feeding Bucky Irving more and more and more and more and more. He's the best player they got on offense besides
PPR wise, Jawan Jennings is the guy with the 49ers, but Ricky Pearsall seems to be
scored a touchdown.
the weapon.
Yeah.
I mean, he's so.
Yeah. This was the Brock Purdy game. You saw it coming in. Christian McCaffrey was back. Debo was a little. We knew Debo was questionable, so you knew one of these guys was going to eat. They both ate, and I think it's going to be more of the same going forward.
Yep.
Vikings Jags. Is there anything to talk about?
Sam Darnold
Three
looked
interceptions.
terrible. Looked atrocious.
And they still won.
And you got the best wide receiver in the league, and you didn't.
It took a good coach to recognize that and just say, run. Aaron Jones, Cam Akers, everybody's running.
Yep.
Ty Chandler.
You had to.
Yeah, they couldn't do nothing else.
Couldn't do nothing else. And what he's Kevin McConnell's a genius. You know, if you came from that, if you came from 49er system, if you came from the Rams system, hey, you know it. You know how to set things up. You know which the strengths are, and you're going to play to them, and you're going to win games. And he came from that system. He's a genius. Like Kevin O'Connell knows what he's doing. And I'm surprised. It's because of Anthony Richardson. And it's a little off topic. Because Anthony Richardson just gave up. Shane Steichen got the same kind of. It's the same brain. He's a great coach. But Indianapolis, if you fire him, the Saints will take him. I'd love Shane Steichen.
I think the Saints take anyway. Right?
You know who was very happy that Mac Jones played? Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence. 111 yards and 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that was not a good showing.
No. Travis Etienne is played as the number 1 back, so that's something to look at. I don't know if it means anything. Tank Bigsby only had 2 carries.
But Travis Etienne showed up.
Bigsby came in hurt too, so I mean, there's a little bit of everything on that one.
The only bright spot for them was Evan Ingram.
Yeah, we called that too. Right. Quarterbacks. Say backup quarterbacks.
You got 9 points out of him. So.
Yeah.
Next game, Titans Chargers.
Wow.
Titans. Chargers look really good, man. Justin Herbert's coming into his own here. That's,
I couldn't believe it. They're throwing the ball.
he only threw 1 touchdown, 164 yards.
But this is the first game in I think 3 games he hasn't thrown for 300 yards, and it was. This isn't a fluke, I don't think. I think it was just because Tennessee's defense is so good.
And they ran. Gus Edwards had
Came
10
back
rushes.
healthy, and he spelled J.K. Dobbins.
Yep.
They didn't need anything else. Who was it? Quentin Johnson scored the touchdown.
And that's 2 in a row, 2 weeks in a row.
And,
Gus the Bus got a little bit too.
yeah, 10 years.
55 yards.
So
He got a little bit of love.
do
Calvin
you play
Ridley was
McConkey or do you play Quentin Johnson?
Well, right.
Quentin Johnson's getting the consistency
Look, do you want to know who
in fantasy.
on talent wise, right? At a TCU, Quentin Johnson's size, speed.
Yeah.
I mean, raw ability. Quentin Johnson's the guy. He came out of TCU, so everybody knew he was a first round pick for a reason. He was just raw. Lad McConkey come from a slot.
Polished.
He come from Georgia. He was polished. And this is what. Who do you play? I go with talent. Right now, Quentin Johnson's bigger, stronger, faster, and it seems like he's coming to his own. And besides this game, Justin Herbert had 3 games to 300 yards. So they are throwing the ball.
He's doing good.
Yeah.
Well, Will Levis is trying to hold on to his job. 175-2.
And come back, yeah.
He had a good little completion rate there, 18 for 23.
He looked better.
Calvin Ridley came back.
Yeah, 5 and 84 and 2 touchdowns.
We predicted it. Like, this was a tough matchup for both teams.
Just the touchdowns alone, that's 12 points plus 5. So we're at 17 and 84 yards.
Eagles, Cowboys.
Pretty good.
Eagles win big.
Yeah,
big.
Man, let me tell you.
So-
this was a game.
so
when
when
you watched, you were like,
When's Jerry
Cowboys
Jones going to be
gave
like,
up.
you know what I need to put some tint on that window right there.
Yes.
I mean, he's a billionaire. Why not put tint on the window?
I don't know.
CeeDee Lamb, the ball hit him right in the arm. He's like, didn't even see it coming.
oh, you're talking about the sunlight.
Yeah, the sunlight.
It was all over the field, man. Everybody was trying to play against it. Even Hurts was doing it. Every time they got to that part of the field where the sunlight was coming through, he'd go run the ball.
Yeah,
it's
Cooper
insane.
Rush. This was embarrassing. This was embarrassing on every level. Michael Parsons
Who's
had probably the quote of all quotes when it comes to it. They asked him at the end of the game, they said, how do you feel about McCarthy's job going forward?
man.
And he said, McCarthy's going to be McCarthy. He'll probably get another job next year.
He'll absolutely get
And he
another one.
will, and he's got a ring, and he's been a great offensive mind for years. And he said,
years ago, Michael Parsons wouldn't have said anything like that.
no. But he said, you know who I feel bad for? I feel bad for Zach Martin. Dude's been here for 10, 11 years.
Mm-hmm.
And he's put in a lot more work than McCarthy.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what he's going through.
Yep.
Hey.
McCarthy won't have a hard time finding a job if that's the case. So are the Cowboys the worst 3-6 team, or the Saints, or?
I'm going to tell you, Cowboys may be the worst team.
We beat them.
Yeah, so
They
they are the worst.
We beat 'em.
I don't think it's because we beat them. I think they've gone. Here's the thing:
The Giants were the worst team in the NFL.
We beat the Cowboys on their high end part of their season, where they were actually better than they are now.
Yeah.
This is Trey Lance's job going forward.
If he wants it, he better get out there and show him. 'cause
He's got to go back to what he did at BYU, and he's got to start running the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Run the ball. You've got 3 rookies on the offensive
Trey
line.
Lance could dominate this.
CeeDee Lamb was hurt. He didn't have to go out there with a backup quarterback, and whoever's Dowdle or whoever's back there, everybody knows somebody, and they picked somebody up in Hurst, Texas, I guess, to run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he didn't have to be out there, but he went out there. Like, mad respect to him. He's got an AC injury. Your team's 3-6.
Yep.
Dude, you didn't have to go out there, and he tried, and he did it. And you know what? You got a rookie on the other side who needs the snaps, and he was like, you know what? I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna try for my team. Like Parsons come back from an injury. Like at least Dallas is playing like professionals.
Right.
Like I'll say, like, maybe Dak's hurt. I can't speak for him, but CeeDee Lamb at least shows up like a professional athlete. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't make any excuses, because we've seen some people make excuses on why they're not playing.
And get real drama.
Marshawn Lattimore had a hamstring injury until he went to Washington. You know what I'm saying?
If you got Braylon Allen on your team and you got all these bye weeks coming up, I would pick up Rico Dowdle just to hold on to him. I mean, he's still a play. Braylon Allen's injured now, so might as well drop him and pick up Rico.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Next, Dolphins Rams.
Oh yeah.
I enjoyed watching Tua in this game, man.
Yeah, he did good.
He went for that tackle, and I was like, "Here we go again."
All right, he's out. It's
He's
over.
done, but he looked good.
I saw one of the linemen throw a pillow out there, so when he fell, like landed on it.
I had a epiphany.
Uh-oh.
At the last minute before the game started, I took Matt Stafford out and I put Tua in. Did you guys notice that? I picked him up off the waiver. I said I got to play Tua in this one.
Yeah.
So it didn't help me any, but
No.
It's better than Matt Stafford.
yeah.
Yeah.
Matt Stafford, 32 and 46, 293 yards, 1 interception, 0 passing touchdowns.
Yeah, I think he fixes that this week.
So, like in our Dynasty League, I got Jaden Daniels, right? Dak Prescott. I got him injured reserve, so I picked up Matt Stafford. And Jaden Daniels played the Steelers, and I was so disappointed because I was like, God, I should have played Matt Stafford because of the points. And I'm glad I didn't, because even though Jaden Daniels got terrible points, Matt Stafford got worse.
Listen, so look, Joe Burrow, great game. Lamar Jackson, great game.
Yeah.
Hey, like it was Kyler Murray, like top 10 quarterbacks last week. Derek Carr at one time was the 4th best fantasy quarterback for
2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, quarterback wise, man, it's a shuffle every week.
I'm watching ticker tape and I'm watching my players, like, and all consensus all week. I've been going Lamar Jackson and I've been going Jaden Daniels, like, number 1, number 2. Like, I took Brock Purdy last week as number 2 because it was just set up to be a Brock Purdy game. It was, and Brock Purdy had a great game, but I'm naming 5. Him, Kyler, Hurts was okay.
Mm-hmm. Hurts was good.
But after that, I was watching it. I'm watching all the games, and it's interceptions.
So you got to go Bo Nix. You got to go Drake May to get
and even them, they didn't get points.
No,
they just didn't turn the ball over.
It just wasn't a weekend for quarterbacks.
The quarterback play was so terrible to watch, and I'm not going game by game scenario. I'm just saying, as I watched,
week was the Jamar Chase that week.
Yeah. So the games this week, okay? Commanders, Eagles, Thursday.
I'm gonna watch that one. That's gonna be a good one.
Yep.
I got the Eagles walking away with that.
Me too. How do you see?
I want to see the upset.
It's not going to be.
Just because I want to see it. It may never happen, but I want to see it.
I think Jalen Hurts has 2 throwing and 1 rushing touchdown in that one. And Saquon might have 1.
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
I think Philly's going to win. I mean, I strongly believe that. I don't think Washington's there yet.
Why are you putting it out there in there? Make sure that the touchdowns go to AJ Brown.
Yeah. Commanders might be able to keep it relatively close, but
they should be able to. This is
going to be a good game.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a good
Eagles
game.
should win.
The Eagles' defense is just younger, better, faster.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is why if this is why you draft. This is why you draft people from the SEC, from Georgia, because you want them to stop people who played in the SEC, like Jaden Daniels. And what you got Georgia defensive linemen and players going against LSU players. Hey, we saw it worked out in college.
Yeah, we know what he does.
We need to see what's going on in the NFL.
Yep.
Hey, Saints, we don't need to be drafting Peyton Turner's out of Houston.
No.
And Marcus Davenport's out of US, whatever. Whenever we can be getting players from Georgia, LSU, Alabama. And this is why this is going to be a marquee matchup this week.
I did a deep dive into why Gardner Johnson left the Saints. Just all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Dennis Allen hated that.
Dennis Allen hated him because of his attitude. Yep. And I loved him.
I thought his attitude was absolutely needed at the time.
He was a dog.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's exactly.
So what did Dennis Allen hate Alontae Taylor? Because he's the same guy.
Well,
I mean, he's trying to be. He's not the same talent. He's not the same talent, but
and Mike Thomas too.
I don't know.
But that's a different subject. Those are our games breaking down. We're gonna have more information for you Friday morning when we get injury updates, look at matchups, deep dive into some second gen stats, and
we'll talk about the rest of these games Friday, right?
Friday morning.
Friday morning.
All right, guys. Well, this concludes our episode. Until next time, I'm Nick Tate.
Joe Condon.
And I'm the Jadalite.
And we're out.
SmashMouth Footballerz.
Ay, give me the chip, I need the championship. Wait, we got a drink next to the team, yeah, we can handle it. Wait, soon as I go and I step in arenas, they call me the champ. They know what it is, know what I do, know who I am, who don't understand. Yeah, that's overdue. My trophy, say that's They know it's true.